Hey, thank you for joining us. I'm Renee,
And I'm Kevin.
and we are photographers that are trying to help other photographers with lighting tips, with photography tips, with Photoshop tips, business tips, all kinds of things that can help newer photographers.
If you like what you see, just comment, like, subscribe.
And today our episode is going to be about doing eye swaps.
And not like the one in Minority Report with Tom Cruise, I don't think, right?
No,
In
there's
Photoshop.
not going to be any surgery. I'll teach you a very simple way to swap eyes. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so in today's episode, we are going to be doing a simple eye swap. We can see in this portrait that the bridesmaid is looking and smiling while the bride is smiling but has her eyes closed. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take her eyes from this picture and put them on this picture. We did keep both these pictures because we love the personality in them, but we would like to give them a photo of the two of them together looking and smiling. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this background and drag it down and copy the background so that whatever we do, we can erase if we need to. If we did it to the background, it will be permanent. So we want to do it to the background copy. We're going to go over here and we're going to we're going to get the lasso tool and we are going to click around her eyes and we're going to give a little extra. It doesn't matter how much extra we get because we can erase it later. So click and drag until you have as much as you want. Hit Command or Control C, and what that's going to do is that's going to copy what I just did. Then when I click over here and I hit Command or Control V, it's going to paste it. Now it pastes it wherever it wants, so we're going to have to move it. And then we take this Move tool so that we can move it up. And we can get it as close as we can to look more real, but we can see no matter what we do to it, it's not going to look 100% real. So what we're going to do is hit Command plus so that we can zoom in. Hold the Shift bar down. That will make it where this arrow turns into a hand so that I can click and drag this down where I want it. Now I can try to move this where it looks natural, but what I might also have to do is take this opacity and move it down to 50, 60, 70%, somewhere in there. If I click on here and I move this to where her eyes and her eyebrows line up, that's all that really matters. But if I do need to turn it, if I move it up to this corner, you can see how the arrow turns into more of an arc. That way it will allow me to rotate it to where I can see where the eyes kind of line up. And really here I'm looking at the eyebrows because her eyes are open in one and shut in the other. But if the eyebrows line up, then I know it's right. So the eyebrows have lined up, both eyebrows, so I'm going to take this opacity back up to 100%. And then we can see right here, there's certain things that just don't line up. And so what I'm going to do is click the check to say that that was right. I'm going to click down here to add a layer mask, and that will automatically add this white box. What this white box does is tells me that I can see this entire layer. So white is visible, black is invisible. So if I hit Command I, it's going to make that invisible. Command I again makes that whole layer visible. What I want to do is erase some of it. So I'm going to click this brush here. I want to make sure the black is on top because black is what erases, white is what adds. So I want to make this probably a little over 100. I like starting bigger. And then I'll put the hardness a little bit down. If you have a bigger brush and a smaller hardness, what it'll do is it will make it more blended. So you want things to blend more so that you don't have any sharp lines. Like this line right here, you don't want any sharp lines. So if you blend, then you won't be able to tell that it was one layer on top of the other. So I'm going to get rid of just about anything but her eyes and the more I click on this, the more you'll be able to see this layer just go away. So that looks pretty natural to me, but I can see this area right here I didn't get. So I'll click over that. And then what I like to do is turn the eye off so that we can see what it looked like before and then after. And when we do that, we're able to see if there's any spots that show up that we might have missed, but I don't think there are in this one. I think it blended pretty well. So I'm going to hit Command Shift E, and that will make this all one picture. And then I'm going to hit Command 0 so I can see the full picture. And now I'm going to save it. This way the bride and bridesmaid will have this picture of the two of them smiling and looking so that they can both commemorate this day. So I'm going to go to File, Save As, and what I usually do is I just change it to Edit. I'm going to add the word Edit after so we know it's different. Hit Save, and okay, we want the size, the image quality to be all the way up. So I just drag this bar all the way to the end and hit OK. And there we are. We have a brand new picture to add to their gallery.